This is News Hour on Ifako Radio. Good morning. I am Olanireti Olusegun. These are the major headlines. FT declares 6th 9th June public holidays to mark Eid-el-Kabir celebration. Nurses lead as 60,000 Nigerians abroad join NIDCOM portal. Reps grill WAEC chiefs over examination disruptions. 6 suspected gang members arrested in Lagos. And on the business scene, presidency moves to settle 2 trillion naira power debt. And on sports, Okocha advises Osimhen on summer move. The news in details. FG declares 6th 9th June public holidays to mark Eid-el-Kabir celebration. The federal government has declared Friday 6th and Monday 9th June 2025 as public holidays to mark this year's Eid-el-Kabir celebration. The Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, made the declaration on behalf of the federal government in a statement issued by the Permanent Secretary Ministry of Interior, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, on Monday in Abuja. He congratulated all Muslim Ummah, both at home and in diaspora, on the occasion of the Eid-ul-Adha celebration. The federal government estimates 880 billion naira yearly for road maintenance. The federal government must spend about 880 billion naira annually for the maintenance of the federal road network nationwide, the Minister of State for Works, Mohammed Goroyo, declared on Monday. This came as the Managing Director of the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, Chukwuemeka Abasi, disclosed that the template for deducting the road user charge from the prices of petrol and diesel was never implemented by the defunct Petroleum Product Pricing Regulatory Authority, now the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. The 2 government officials spoke in Abuja at an investigative hearing of the House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee. The committee is investigating the implementation and remittances of the 5% user charge for road maintenance under the Federal Road Maintenance Agency. Nurses lead as 60,000 Nigerians abroad join NIDCOM portal. About 60,000 Nigerians living abroad have so far registered on the Diaspora Data Mapping Portal, an initiative of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. The initiative aimed at gathering detailed demographic and social-economic data on citizens outside the country. The portal, launched on June 29, 2021, is a central component of NIDCOM's strategy to engage the diaspora in national planning and development. Diasporas from over 30 countries have so far registered on the portal as of time of filing this report. Reps drill WAEC chiefs over examination disruptions. The House of Representatives Committee on Basic Education and Examinations Bodies on Monday shielded the management of the West African Examinations Council over widespread irregularities and operational failures that characterize the 2025 Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination. At an investigative hearing at the National Assembly, lawmakers grilled the head of WAEC Nigeria, Dr. Amos Dangote, over what they describe as systemic lapses that had eroded public trust in Nigeria's examination process. The body faces sharp criticism following widespread reports of irregularities and operational failures during the ongoing examination nationwide. Stakeholders, including parents, students, and education experts, have expressed deep concerns over logistical lapses, security issues, and poor management that have undermined the integrity of the exam process. 6 suspected gang members arrested in Lagos. 6 suspected members of a notorious criminal gang have been arrested by operatives of the Lagos State Police Command during a routine patrol, police authorities confirmed on Monday. The arrests were made on Thursday during a stop and search operation after officers intercepted an unregistered vehicle behaving suspiciously in the Lagos metropolis. A search of the vehicle led to the recovery of 2 locally made pistols, 16 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 17 live cartridges, and an unregistered 1999 Toyota Camry believed to have been stolen. The suspects have been identified as Yakubu Oke, 48, Teslim Balogun, 33, Emmanuel Osas, 33, Joseph Abba, 34, Idris Adeomi, 32, and Okpeyemi Kolawole, 28. They were questioned at the scene but failed to provide any valid identification or plausible explanation about their movements, a senior police officer disclosed under condition of anonymity. Preliminary investigations revealed that the suspects belonged to a criminal gang already on the police watch list for a series of armed robberies and other violent crimes across the state. Parents, 4 others arrested for assaulting Ondo Vice Principal. The Ondo State Police Commander said it had arrested 5 persons in connection with the attack on the Vice Principal of Complete Child Development College, Aule Akure, Mr. Alexander Rotipa, by the parents of his students. The suspects include the mother of the student who was alleged to have cheated during the West African Senior Secondary Certificate examination with his Android phone, Mrs. Dorcas CJ. Rotipa reportedly prevented an SS3 student from cheating during the ongoing WASC, which he was said to have used his Android phone to cheat, but was caught while the phone was taken away from him by the VP. It was gathered on Monday that the matter raised arguments leading to the students going home to report the VP to his parents, who allegedly hired some thugs to beat him to a pulp. Three Nigerians bar 15 years jail for fraud in India. 3 members of the Nigerian cyber fraud syndicate have been sentenced to 5 years in an Indian prison after a court found them guilty of defrauding a female teacher through an online scam. It was gathered on Monday that the convicts, including Nelson Shigaojimo, Francis Emeka, and Udala Chukwudi, scammed the victim, an Indian school teacher, out of approximately 6.3 lakh rupees. According to a report by the Times of India, the Chief Judicial Magistrate, Rich Verma, handed down the sentence on Saturday. In addition to the prison term, each convict was fined 75,000 rupees with an extra 15 days of imprisonment if the fine was not paid. The case was filed by Ruchi Singh, a resident of Ashangada and a teacher with the Basic Education Department. Prosecuting officer Anil Kumar confirmed the court's verdict as reported by the Times of India on Monday. And on the foreign scene, Mongolia PM resigns after losing confidence vote. Mongolian Prime Minister Nursultan Oyum Eden has resigned after losing a confidence vote in parliament. The vote followed days of mass protest over corruption allegations, fueled by social media posts about his son's lavish birthday party and engagement. Oyum Eden, who took office in 2021, will remain as caretaker PM until a successor is appointed within 30 days. Russia and Ukraine failed again to agree ceasefire but commit to prisoner swap. A second round of direct peace talks between Russia and Ukraine have ended without a major breakthrough and only a deal to swap more prisoners of war. Ukrainian negotiators said Russia had again rejected an unconditional ceasefire, a key demand by Kyiv and its allies in Europe and the US, but the two committed to return the bodies of 12,000 soldiers. The Russian team said it had proposed a 2 or 3 day truce in certain areas of the vast front line, but gave no further details. At Monday's talk, which were held in Turkish city of Istanbul and lasted just over an hour, the two sides did agree The two sides did agree to exchange all sick and heavily wounded prisoners of war as well as those aged under 25. And now business news. Presidency moves to settle 2 trillion naira power debt. The presidency has begun internal approval processes to resolve the 2 trillion naira legacy debt owed to electricity generation companies before the end of the coming quarter as part of efforts to stabilize Nigeria's power sector. A representative of the special advisor to the president on energy, Eri Onogoruwa, disclosed this on Monday at the second Nigerian Electricity Supply Industry Stakeholders Meeting of 2025, hosted by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. Onogoruwa said the presidency recognizes the urgency of addressing the debt overhang, which has strained Gencos and impeded electricity supply nationwide. She revealed that alternative debt instruments are being explored due to the federal government's current fiscal constraints. On the sports scenes, Okocha advises Osimhen on summer move. Nigerian football legend JJ Okocha has offered guidance to Victor Osimhen as speculation intensifies over the forward's next move following a record-breaking loan spell at Galatasaray. Speaking on Turkish broadcaster TRT Sport via Abala, the former Fenerbahce playmaker urged Osimhen to consider the emotional and professional satisfaction he has found in Turkey, suggesting that staying at Galatasaray could be a wise decision, even if it means making personal sacrifices. Turkey is a great place to play and live football, Okocha said. Recap of the major headlines. FD declares 6th June public holidays to mark Eid al-Kabir celebration. Nurses lead as 60,000 Nigerians abroad join Newton Portal. Reps drill wide ships over exam disruptions. 6 suspected gang members arrested in Lagos. And on business, presidency moves to settle 2 trillion naira power debt. Sports, Okocha advises Osimhen on summer move. Follow us on all social media handles, Facebook, X, YouTube, WhatsApp channel at Ifako Radio, and on Instagram, Ifako_radio. Special thanks to the news producer, Olanireti Ololade, and the assistant news producer, Benga Farombi. We want to appreciate you for watching. I am Olanireti Olusegun. Have a wonderful Tuesday. God bless Ifako.